As we go deeper with God and we grow in loving God and reading His Word, we're captured by the vision and command of Jesus to go into all the world and make disciples. And Jesus gave this command to His followers. He said, "Go into all the world, make disciples of all nations and teach them to follow me, and then baptize them," etc. So Jesus was teaching His followers, this is what your life is really about. You're called to be people on a mission. And so Jesus sent His disciples out to make other disciples and to multiply disciples. Now, what is a disciple? A disciple is somebody who is passionately in love with Jesus, who also finds in Jesus something so good they want to share it with other people. And as they share it with other people, they make disciples of others, and then so it replicates and multiplies. And so Jesus wanted His kingdom to be spread by people sharing His story, making disciples of others. And He said, I want you to know about the kingdom of God. The kingdom of God is about like leaven that a woman put in a loaf of bread and it raised and grew and leavened the whole loaf. Or it's like a pearl of great price, where the pearl is so valuable that the person sells everything they have to go and find it. He also said the kingdom of God is like a mustard bush. It's a small bush, but it grows into a larger tree. And so this is how God's kingdom is to grow, disciples making disciples. And so we are to be captured by that vision and that mission. This is our real purpose as followers of Jesus, to make disciples who make other disciples who make disciples. And there's a multiplication. And so this vision has to grow and burn in our hearts. So Jesus' revolutionary plan was to make disciples who make disciples. It's a multiplying movement. And then they gather in missional communities, and the missional communities multiply as well. And this is what we commonly call the church. So the question is, do you and I, as followers of Jesus, want to be part of Jesus' revolutionary plan? This is our purpose, our mission in life, to make disciples, to multiply missional faith communities, and to see this spread out all across Australia and throughout the world. So the question for you and for me is, what does this look like where we live, where you live? Are you prepared to go on an exciting adventure and capture the vision of Jesus, the radical vision of discipleship, of His kingdom expanding throughout the world? I think Jesus wanted to see missional groups meeting that were focused on His kingdom amongst young people in sporting clubs, amongst various social clubs, in cafes, in schools, everywhere in different parts of society. Here in Australia, He wanted there to be missional communities, and that these would be multiplying and making new disciples. That's part of Jesus' radical vision for Australia and for the world.